Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back here at Team Toyota of Princeton to check out this brand new 2024 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport. Midnight black metallic is the color, black Softex interior, 20-inch wheels. We got the tried and true 4-liter V6 with the 5-speed auto, 4-wheel drive. This is what has been selling for Toyota for years and years and years and years. Best of my knowledge, we're looking at probably them keeping this in production till about October, and then we're going to see the switch over to the redesign 2025. At least that's the information right now. We'll see what actually happens, but you can let me know. Are you going to go for this old school 24, or are you going to wait for that big 25 redesign with the power plant change? Let me know. So let's dig in. The front end of this 4Runner TRD Sport, midnight black metallic is the color. Goes good with the flat black on the grille. LED headlights, LED daytime running lamps, LED fog lamps, standard bulbs for turn signals, functionality in the grille, top and bottom. So it's looking good here on this 4Runner. Like the way it looks, nice and simple, nice and easy. As we move on to our wheel and tire setup, what are we looking at here? Well, we got a 20-inch machined aluminum alloy wheel, Toyota badge on the center cap. Now, these wheels are wrapped in Bridgestone Dueler all-season tires, 245 on the width, a 60 series sidewall 20s, all four corners, 4-wheel drive. Moving on out, looking good. Like the shape, the TRD Sport call out on the back of the vehicle. Now, ground clearance on the TRD Sport, we're looking at 9.6 inches of ground clearance. Suspension, well, the 4Runner utilizes a front double wishbone setup with a multi-link in the rear. Now, the TRD Sport comes with Toyota's X-Reyes suspension system, and what that means actually is it's a hydraulic system where the vehicle will remove oil from the shock with the least amount of force being applied to it and apply that oil to the shock with the most amount of force being applied to it, therefore smoothing out the ride and better handling in the corners. At least that's what they say. Now, as we move in closer, we are color match side view mirror with LED turn signals, color match on the front and rear door handle, and then up top, we're going to go with a color matched roof, flat black on the roof rails and crossbars, no sunroof. Rear end of the 4Runner looking good. We got to have LED tail lights, standard bulbs for turn signals, roof spoiler coming off the top window, windshield wiper, tucked up underneath the rear roof spoiler. 4Runner in the middle. We're going to go with gaudy color all the way down to the tow hitch, and then we have our exhaust tucked up underneath the rear bumper. We're under the hood of this 4Runner TRD Sport, and what are we looking at for a power plant? Well, we have Toyota's 4-liter naturally aspirated V6 engine mated to a 5-speed automatic transmission, 270 horsepower, 278 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle can tow up to 5,000 pounds, and then our MPGs, 16 in the city, 19 on the highway, 17 combined. The engine's minimum octane rating is 87, so you can run this on regular unleaded gas. Before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, the TRD Sport, a little less expensive than some of the other 4Runner trims we've seen for 2024. So, our 2024 4Runner TRD Sport, $45,440 base price. We do have some options that we have to add in, and we'll go over those when we check out the window sticker. But once we add in the options and the destination and delivery fee of $1,395 from Toyota's Tahara, Aichi, Japan assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $49,618. So let's check out the interior. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move on in, and we got some nice soft touch up here with the light gray stitching into a flat black on the switch gear. Nice soft armrest with the stitching. We have some gray trim here on the grab handle, looking good. Huge door pocket, standard audio system. Come on into our foot box, nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator. And of course we have the push on, push off parking brake right there. And our all-season mats are in the back of the vehicle at this time. Seating-wise, full power for the driver, manual assist for the front passenger, and then we go black soft text with the light gray stitching, nice and soft, TRD embroidered into both headrests up front. Looks nice, nice and clean. Front passenger door panel, same as the driver. As we come over to our dash, we're going to go plastic, some silver trim into our heat and air vents, and then down below, nice large glove box. Center console or center stack, we have a lot of action going on. So up top, 2 heat and air vents, 4-way hazards, the digital clock right up there. And then we come to our 8-inch older infotainment system, wired CarPlay, Android Auto, but it is a touch screen and it is pretty responsive, pinch to zoom, I would say, for an older system. And you have your buttons over here to control it with. So we can go to our regular menu where you can plug in your destinations, Bluetooth your phone, get your audio up. There you have it, where you got your Sirius XM as well as other radio stations. So that's a nice touch there. Go back to home. We can bring up our map, as you can see. We can go over here and seek our music, get our apps going right here. And there's our Wi-Fi hotspot we can set up. So it's simple, but it's nice. And bonus action in the TRD Sport. Go to reverse, we got 360-degree view cameras with trajectory. Now this is an older camera and it's a bit grainy. So obviously with the new 4Runner, this system is going to be upgraded and it should look a lot better. But we do have the 360-degree view in here, and you can change your views or change your trajectory lines if you so choose. So flexible, which I think is good. Here's our push button start, volume and tuning knobs. Down further, standard AC, so we can adjust our fan speed, or excuse me, adjust our fan speed, that's right. And then on the right, adjust our temperature, whether we want air or heat. Down further, here's where we want the air or heat to blow. With that, we have our defrost. Down further, we have an area for storage. Then we do have 2 charging USB-A's and what looks like another USB, looks like it could be a B. And then down further, an area for storage. Here is the dial that's going to take us through our 2 high, 4 high, or 4 low. So they have that set. We have a cup holder. We have the TRD shift knob to take us through this 5-speed automatic, an area to lie your phone, and then we have our key fob from Toyota in the baggie. Pretty plain though. Unlock, lock, panic button, Toyota badge on the back. This is where we're going to drop our rear window in the back, so I'll show you that. We'll flip the camera around, and down the window we'll go. That's why the rear wiper is tucked up underneath the roof spoiler, because that window moves independently of the tailgate, which is a nice feature. Now, these dead switches here, I believe these would have been heated seats, but this does not have heated seats or heated steering wheel or a wireless charging pad for that matter. And then we have a nice soft armrest with the light gray stitching. We open it up, and we do have a nice area for storage with a 12-volt. 4Runner steering wheel, leather wrap wheel, nice 10 and 2 notches, Toyota badge on the horn button. We do have some brushed aluminum to lift up the wheel. It's a round bottom wheel, but I have enough room to get in and out of the vehicle. On the left side, we do have our voice commands. We do have our modes for our infotainment system, and then volume, and then telephone commands. On the right side, we do have our safety suite controls, cruise control right in here. And then we have the controls for the digital portion of our dash. No paddles. On the left, you can control your headlights or your fog lamps. And on the right side, front and rear wiper. And then down here on the left, we have our mirror controls, bright and dim the dash. That's adaptive high beams on or off. Camera view, turn on the 120 volt in the back. Windshield wiper de-icer right here. And then we do have a manual tilting and telescoping wheel. And then we have the analog digital combo in this 4Runner. Analog gauges for your speedometer, tachometer, fuel level, and coolant temperature. And then you can run through some additional information in the center. So again, nice and easy. We do have drowsy driver detection in here. So it's nice and easy, and you can go across or you can go up and down for each submenu underneath each section. So it really is nice and simple to use. Overhead console, here's a spot for your shades right there. Now, if you want your dome lighting to come on and off and you want to close the door, this switch to the right on the picture with the vehicle with 2 doors open. And then when you open the door, lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. 3 garage door programmables right there. Traction control off, advanced track, hill descent control, SOS button. Now, rear view mirror, framed rear view mirror with auto dim, and then we have our visor with vanity and a light. Does it slide? No, but you do have an extension. Getting in the back seat of the 4Runner, I have the seat set for my driving position, so we'll come on in. Nice and easy to get in. You may have to duck your head down a little bit when you get in because the roof is a bit low, even though it's flat. But once you're in, I got plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". We got the Softex all the way down, seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. And then down further, we do have 2 heat and air vents and 2 USB-Cs for connectivity in the back. So that's nice, like that. Rear door panel, same action as the front. No change in vibe, no change in materials. Back seat, same black Softex with the light gray cross stitch, nice and soft, nice and poofy, really quite comfortable. Big center armrest, super soft with 2 cup holders, and you can go smaller cup or larger cup, depending on what size cup you have. That's practical. So overall, it's a really comfortable place to be in the back of this 4Runner TRD Sport. Getting in the cargo area of your 4Runner TRD Sport, we do have a manual tailgate. So you can come to the back and right underneath the 4Runner name, button, hit it, lift up. Nice and easy, big square wide opening. So with the rear seats up, 47.2 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this 4Runner. As we move in closer, we do have carpeted floor mats, all-season cargo mat. In here, we do have that home power source and a 12-volt, which you can turn on and off from the dash. So that looks good. Now, behind our tow hitch, underneath there, we do have the spare. So that's where that baby is. So thank you, Toyota, for the spare. And we do have some tie downs as well. So it's a nice, large area back here. Now, to get the rear seats down, that's a process that I'll show you here in a second. All right, now getting the back row down in the 4Runner, we have a 2-step process. So first, there's a strap here on the seat bottom that we lift up and we push the seat forward like that. Then there's a button on top of the seat back. You push down. As the seat comes down, you can see that's not going to fit. So you lower your headrest and it slides into the channel and down it goes. So that's how you're going to do it on this old school 4Runner. It's simple, it's mechanical, but you know what? Works every time. So now with both rear seats down and flat, and this big boxy shape, we're looking at 89.7 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this 4Runner TRD Sport. Window sticker time on this 4Runner. Here we go. 24 TRD Sport, midnight black metallic. Crash ratings, fuel economy estimates, standard equipment, options, total vehicle MSRP. Let's take this baby out for a spin. All right, we're zipping down the road in this 24 4Runner TRD Sport. Looking good, feeling good. Plenty of visibility out the windshield, side glass, rear window, no problem. Blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, all that jazz for safety in this 4Runner. I got LED headlights and fog lamps, LED taillights in the back for safety, so I'm good there. And, you know, I'm just a big fan of these old school 4Runners. The 4-liter V6, it's a little on the noisy side with the 5-speed, but you know what? Gets the vehicle up to speed. It's not going to set fires. As far as being a speed demon, it's going to take it nice and easy, get that nice linear torque delivery. It just gets the vehicle up to speed nice and gently. Got plenty of ground clearance, even in this TRD Sport, which is more of a road trim than the TRD Off-Road. Because you got road tires on here, but you're still getting a good amount of ground clearance. You got the suspension set up right with the X-Ray suspension in the TRD Sport. That's one thing the TRD Sport adds to the 4Runner. You got your standard 4-wheel drive in the TRD Sport, and the vehicle looks good. I mean, I think it really looks good still. I mean, it's been a long time. The new, obviously, redesign is coming out for 25, but this thing still looks good, and it's been around a long time, and it drives well, and the suspension is quite compliant and stiff and perfect. No shakes, rattles, or rolls. And this is like the last Toyota vehicle in the lineup right now that's 100% made in Japan from 100% Japanese parts. You know, as you know, in today's world, automakers get parts from all over the world. Mexico, China, you know, all over the place. So to have a Toyota built of 100% Japanese parts and 100% in Japan, that's why you're paying more. And this vehicle is overbuilt to last forever, and to last hundreds of thousands of miles with trouble-free motoring. That's why people are willing to pay $50,000 and up for a 4Runner, because they know when they buy one, they're keeping it for a long time, and it's going to last. And as long as they maintain it properly, it's going to treat them right for 25, 30 years. So now it's going to treat them, it's going to last them a long time. Now with the new one coming out, we don't know if people are going to be willing to pay that kind of money for the new one, because it's totally new. Obviously the tech updates are going to be welcome, because this is a really old system. But we don't know how that power plant's going to last over a 10, 15, 20-year period. We know what this power plant's going to do over that same period, because it's been in this 4Runner forever. So there's some question marks, I think, with the new one that people are going to have to think about. What they want. These 2024s, as soon as they come in, they seem like they're selling fairly quickly, because people want to grab the last of these 4-liter V6s. And I don't blame them, because it's a heck of a good power plant, and it's smooth to drive. It's not crazy noisy like you would expect an old school SUV to be, and it doesn't bounce you around like crazy like you would think an old school SUV would. You know, this one set up more for road use, very compliant on the road, very smooth. You can get some wind noise, you're going to get some tire noise and some noise from the outside, but certainly not as noisy as I was expecting it to be in this 4Runner. So I do appreciate that from Toyota. Okay, now we're stopped. We're going to check out our turning radius. 18.7 feet is what the specs say, and I think that's about right. It gets right around, no problem. We do have a manual mode, but I'm not going to try that out. It's a brand new engine. We're just going to take off, feathering the gas. And it gets up to speed just fine. Nice and easy, effortless power out of this power plant. So really well done in this 4Runner, and it's been well done for a long time. I'm not telling you anything new. I just, every time Team Toyota gets in a spec on a 4Runner that we haven't done, I like to bring it to you, and we have never done the TRD Sport here on Shabby's Rides. So I'm liking what I see in this sub 50,000, even though it's barely sub 50,000 SUV. Now, we're going to check out this shock system. Come into this turn to the right. Whoa, there goes my plate, and whoa, does it lean. All right, maybe it's better than it would be without the X-Ray system. But it's still going to wallow like heck in the turns. Oh, heck, that was fun. But anyway, let me know what you think about the 2024 4Runner. Are you looking for one? Are you going to buy one? If you are, what trim would you go for? Or are you going to roll the dice, baby, and wait for that 2025 to come out with the iForce Turbo 4? Let me know that in the comments as well. But I do want to thank Team Toyota of Princeton for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2024 Toyota 4Runner TRD Sport for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.